Good morning and welcome back to the channel, and check out the weather behind me. Isn't this just glorious? What a beautiful picture. We are seeing some seriously nice weather of late, and this has been going on for, well, just over a month now. I've come back down to Surin to do a beach checkup. As some of you will know, I've been down here several times. Before Christmas, before high season started, we are now smack bang in high season. And honestly, I was expecting to see all the commercialization back on the beach, because some of you will remember that I spoke before about this beach, and this particular beach here in Phuket doesn't allow any commercial activity on the actual beach, unlike many of the other beaches around the island. Over the years, unfortunately, vendors have come onto this beach, and we've seen sunbeds, the sale of goods via food, drink, etc, etc. And the big problem here at Surin is that simply isn't allowed, unlike other beaches around the island, as I've mentioned. And it's been a battle really for the last, well, 7-8 years. This has been going on. We see a cycle where vendors come onto the beach, and then after a while the powers that be clear them away, and then they come back again. And you can see now there's actually people down here monitoring the beach, and that looks like it has successfully cleared the beach of commercial activity, because I don't see any commercial activity on the beach this morning, and we're middle of February, right smack bang in high season, and of course this is the time of year where you will see the vendors. However, I have noticed an area over there which I think is an excellent compromise. So if you're looking at getting food and drink, because of course we all like to have something to eat and something to drink on the beach. There's no doubt about that. And there's nothing wrong with commercial activity. I'm not against it. People might think that because I report about it a lot, I'm against it. That isn't the case. The case is that unfortunately it's finding the right balance. And I think finally they may have just done that down here at Surin, because as I mentioned, you've got officials posted here permanently at the beach, keeping an eye on the actual beach, because this is one of the few beaches here in Phuket that doesn't allow any type of commercial activity on the actual beach, and never has done. I believe it's something to do with the king, but if you know, post it down in the comments down below. Let me know the reason why this is one of the very few beaches here in Phuket that they classify as a white beach, no commercial activity whatsoever. There is a particular reason. It's something to do with either the princess or the king, I believe, that they've designated this particular beach for that reason. But it's been a constant battle for years and years and years. But now we've got this area here where you can see in front of me. It's like a little market area actually, but I can see there's lots of vendors in there. They're selling food, they're selling drink, there's some clothing in there, I've noticed, beach accessories, and I think that is a fantastic compromise. And why that couldn't have happened earlier, we're going to take a look at that in a moment. I don't know, because unfortunately some of the beaches here in Phuket are now so commercialized that they aren't a pleasant place to visit. Now, as I've mentioned, we all like somewhere to sit, somewhere to lie in the sun, on the sunbed, have a beer, a drink on the beach, have some food. We all like that, but the problem is finding the right balance, and unfortunately here in Thailand that seems to be very difficult. It's all or nothing. So you've either got nothing at all, or you've got too much, which is what we're seeing now on Kata's beach. Even though Kata's beach does allow commercial activity, it is allowed on Kata's beach, it's only supposed to be up to 15% of the beach area, which last time I was down Kata, I think that's the other way around. So clearly that's a problem there, and it's spoiling the beach in a way, because it's just taken over by sunbeds, and honestly most of them are empty, so they're not really serving any real purpose. But unfortunately the vendors seem to not appreciate the fact that you need that balance where the beach remains beautiful like Surin is today, and still make some money out of it. I understand people need to make a living, but they get greedy, and this is the problem. And unless the laws are enforced, they just take no notice of them. But I can see this morning, and it's coming up to about 11 o'clock in the morning now, that there are no sunbeds on Surin Beach. A few people have asked me, has the vendors returned to Surin Beach over the last few weeks? And honestly, I wasn't sure. I was expecting to come down here this morning and find the beach covered in sunbeds and vendors everywhere, as usual, and I'm really surprised. But I'm surprised in a nice way, in a pleasant way, because I think the beach looks absolutely fantastic. So if you are looking for a beach with little to no commercial activity, then Surin is the place to come. I mean, just check this out. You can see the amount of people, how much better the beach looks for not having all those parasols. And this now is definitely a more inviting beach for me personally. These are personal preference. Everybody's different. Some people like a lot of commercialization on the beach and they don't mind it, and that's what they love, and I understand that. We're all different. But there is a reason why this beach has been designated no commercial activity. And on a day like today, when we've got the weather, it's going to be a fantastic place to come and bring the family and enjoy swimming and just relaxing generally. Let's go and make our way back over to the stalls over there and just take a quick look. I'm not going to spend too much time looking around there because this is more of an update just for people that are interested in this area. I know Surin and Bantao is a very popular area with tourists. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of people coming here. Kamala, of course, just down the road, just the next beach along. Very popular, and the focus over the years has always been Kata and Caron. But the last few years, I personally feel it's shifted more now towards Surin and Kamala, and I think that's why there's been a big push to sort out the beach here. And it's a good thing. It's took a long time, but I think finally they're getting on top of it. But the only way they can do it is by monitoring it 24/7. So basically in the daytime, you can see there's officials down here keeping an eye on the beach, making sure that the vendors don't try and move back on. And I think maybe if this stays like this now for a while, the vendors will get the message that, you know, it's just simply not allowed here, and that's it. If it was allowed, then it's no problem, is there? As long as it's within the allowed rules. But as we've seen in Kata, that doesn't happen. You see, this is the problem. So it's nice to have the beach looking beautiful like it is now. Of course it is. It's really nice. But I understand people also need food and drink, somewhere to sit on the beach. We all need that. But over the years, as I've said, it's that balance that's very difficult to find here in Thailand. People just lack of common sense. That's what it really comes down to, lack of common sense. The vendors don't have any common sense. They're just, the greed takes over and they just want as much as they can get. You can see that this is quite a nice area. Come and have a walk around, explore. Let's go and take a look, see what they've got on offer. Plenty of drinks I can see available, and food. Swaddy Cap, good morning. Some Sprites there, could do with the water actually. So yeah, a good collection in here. So a little bit of a market to come and have a wander around. Quite a nice place. When it gets a little bit too hot. Shakes, smoothies. Oh, 50 baht, that's a good price. Good price. 50 baht. He wants me to partake, but I want to have a wander around first. So, yeah, got a good choice here. As I said, there's a few accessories as well. So you're going to be able to come and have a browse when the sun gets too hot. And believe you me, the sun has been tremendous the last few weeks. Even I'm struggling at the moment at home with the heat. It is very hot this year. I'm expecting this month, February and March, to be extremely hot. I don't think you can get through there, can you? Don't look like it. Okay, we're going to have to go back down. There's no way round, but there's another channel, unless I'm missing something here. No, I can't see a way through unless you just go through the stalls. But this year is particularly hot, so if you're coming over here in the next few weeks, next month, March, be prepared. I should get that high factor sun cream. Let's just nip through here because there's nobody actually on these stalls. Plenty of food and accessories I can see. So a good mix. So be prepared for the heat, and it is hot. As I've said, I'm really struggling myself this year, and I've said a few times to Nat that it seems to be a very hot year. It seems hotter than last year, a lot hotter. In the daytime, the sun is brutal. I've tried to come out early this morning because I don't want to be out in the sun in midday because it's just too much. Well, I guess that's it really for today's video. I'm going to keep it nice and short because it is only an update on Surin Beach, and you've seen it yourself. The beach is nice and clear, looks beautiful, looks fantastic, great place to come, bring the family, enjoy the beach. You know, you've got somewhere where you can go and get some food and drink. So I think finally, let's fingers crossed, we've got the balance right down here. So that's it. If you haven't already subscribed, then please consider subscribing. Drop me some comments down below, and I guess I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.